Happy New Year to the class of 2022. Welcome back, everybody. This is Mrs. Gaspery, and I just wanted to check in with you about PrepWorks for quarter 3. Your advisory teacher is going to be giving you a paper schedule that looks like the one that you see on the screen. So please take a look at that as we go over this so you'll know what you should be doing for PrepWorks this quarter. Hopefully you finished everything you needed to finish for quarter 2, and you'll be starting fresh in the 3rd quarter. The math block that you're working on for the beginning of quarter 3 is either Advanced Algebra or PSAT Heart of Algebra B. Those are the green blocks on your schedule. And the reading block is Writing Strategy. That's the blue block. So looking closely at the math, if you're working in the algebra program, you'll see under math modules, the things you need to finish for advanced algebra are the skill assessment, exponents, radicals and rationals, exponential function, word problems 2, and the skill review. If you were finding the algebra course too easy in the last semester and you switched over to PSAT, you should be working on PSAT Heart of Algebra B. PSAT Heart of Algebra B tasks are the skill assessment, functions, linear functions, word problems, and the skill review. For reading, you're going to be working on Writing Strategy, which sounds funny, but they're both English tasks for the standardized tests you'll be taking. So the Writing Strategy tasks include the skills assessment, navigating writing passages, developing ideas, use of language, and the skill review. So if you look at the schedule to the green and blue blocks, you'll see you have 6 weeks to finish both of those blocks. So that gives you quite a bit of time to get those things finished. You just have to make sure you use your class time wisely because we have a lot of short weeks in this quarter, and you won't have necessarily 4 days every week to work on them, which is why we gave you more time than there are blocks to finish. And you should be alternating working on some math and some reading skills every week. If you have any trouble with these skills, National Honor Society tutors are going to be available to you on Wednesdays and Thursdays after school in the Learning Commons until 3:30. So you can pop in there and ask any upperclassmen to help you with some of these things. They've taken these tests before, so they're a good resource to use if you are struggling. You can also use the PrepWorks office hours, which are available every Monday evening from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. For free. You can talk to a virtual tutor any Monday night. Just go, when you log into PrepWorks, the little logo up under your by your name, click on that and you'll see virtual office hours. Just open that and you'll get on with an online tutor and they can help you with whatever problem you're working on. Also, try to check out the resources library for a video. So maybe the video in the lesson didn't help you as much as you thought it should. So check in that library and see if there's another video or a different video that shows it in a different way, and that might help you figure it out also. So you might be wondering still why we're making you do PrepWorks. And so I wanted to take a minute right now just to kind of give you a preview for what you might find in your senior year when you come to apply for colleges. And that's really what this is all about, is to give you the best possible head start for preparing for the standardized tests you'll have to take to get into the colleges you want to go to. All right, so you see here, the title says SAT scores for admissions to Florida universities, but it's SAT and ACT scores on here. I'm sorry, it's a little bit fuzzy. This is from a photocopy, but you'll see to get into the Florida schools, your SAT scores are here. So their SAT scores are listed in this 3rd row, and the ACT scores are listed in the last row. And these are the scores for the middle 50% of students who were accepted to each school last year. So students who entered in 2018. So that means 25% of the students scored lower than this and 25% scored higher than this, and the middle 50% were in this range. So I'll just show you just because it's kind of the clearest one to see. If you look here at FIU, which is in Miami, if you wanted to go to FIU, the middle 50% of students that you are competing with to get into that school have a 1280 on their SAT or a 28 on their ACT. So you are working on PSAT stuff. So if you look back at your PSAT practice test score and add your math and your language together, that will give you your overall composite score for the SAT, and you can see where you are, how close or how far you are from a number like 1280 if you wanted to go to FIU. If you look over to the right a little bit, you'll see some of those the bigger schools. Florida State is here right in the middle, and the middle 50% of Florida State goes all the way up to a 1400 on the SAT, and at UF it's a 1450. So the test scores for students that are competing to get into these colleges are very high. So you want yours to be as competitive as possible. So the time that you spend working on PrepWorks now is going to help you do better on those tests later. So you know what to expect, you'll be more prepared, and you can be confident in taking those tests so you can get the highest score possible, so you'll be able to get into the school you want to go to. And also you'll be eligible for scholarships through Bright Futures and all kinds of other great stuff if you are prepared. And just for comparison's sake and just for interest, I just wanted to show you so you can see what it's out there. The test scores for Ivy League schools, those that middle 50% falls between these ranges. So if you had aspirations to go to Yale or to Harvard, your score needs to be pretty close to perfect. So if you have the better the school, the higher the test scores they're looking for. So make sure you use every opportunity you can to prepare so you can do well on those tests. All right, and here's some data that comes from the College Board, which is the organization that makes the SAT. And they found that based on 250,000 students in the class of 2017 who took the SAT, 16,000 of them saw gains of 200 points or more if they did 20 hours of official SAT practice. So if you look at this, if you do practice, your score will improve. As you can see, is if you didn't do any practice and you just learned stuff in school between the times you took the test, you could increase 60 points. But it's definitely more an increase if you put the time into practice, some extra practice. And you're starting now as freshmen, and you already have put in 20 hours of practice in the first semester. So sometimes I know PrepWorks might annoy you and you might not want to be working on it, but just remember that all the time, every minute that you spend working on PrepWorks and trying to figure out those problems and do those readings, you are investing in yourself and doing better for your future to help you get into the college you want to go to with as much scholarship money as you can get. And remember, there are resources available to help you, so talk to your advisory teacher if you're struggling. Come for help with National Honor Society tutors after school, Wednesdays and Thursdays until 3:30, and also use the PrepWorks virtual office hours that are available to you through the menu under your name in PrepWorks. I hope you guys have a great semester, and I'll check back in with you again in the fourth quarter.